Kansans are starting to realize just how much the new sales tax increase is about to affect their bottom line.
Well, now they'll have to decide if the increase is enough to change their spending habits and encourage them to do business across the state line in Missouri. 41 Action News reporter Amy Holly joins us now with more. Amy.
Well, Kansas City is unique. It's a unique city because of the state line road, which obviously runs right along the river here. Well, it is unique because it's not only a dividing line, it's street, but it's also a dividing line in economics as well. So some of us told us today, for the most part, the increase in sales tax in Kansas really won't change their spending habits much, but it will make them go to the Missouri line for one particular reason.
After a marathon legislative session, many Kansans knew what was coming. Everyone in the state would be asked to pay more.
No, I know it's going to happen. So it's part of it.
Every time she buys something, she will pay more in Kansas come July 1st. The sales tax rate rose from 6.15 to 6.5. That's the equivalent to 35 cents more for every $100 spent. She says she doesn't like it, but it's not enough to change her spending habits on the small things like groceries.
It doesn't bother me.
35 cents to $100, that's nothing.
But it suddenly becomes something when you head to places like Sam's Club, where the big ticket items are sold.
It just doesn't start building up until you start getting into thousands and thousands of dollars.
Like an ultra high-def Samsung TV sold at the big box stores. At Sam's Club in Kansas City, Kansas, its asking price is $3,478. There, taxpayers pay $326 on that purchase. In July, it will be more at $338. Compare that, though, to Kansas City, Missouri, where the sales tax rate is lower. The sales tax paid is less at $290.
So big ticket
For big ticket items, I would go over there.
For a couple mile trip, I'll buy it in Missouri. That's where you're going to see the big differences.
And that Rockhurst professor says for 95% of us, no matter where we live here in the metro, whether it's in Kansas or Missouri, it really won't change our lives too much. But for the other 5% who are among the very poor, it will be the most regressive. Amy Holly, 41 Action News.
Well, Amy, that is a very good point. Even though Kansans across the state line will feel the pinch, low-income families could be hit the hardest.
Now, 41 Action News reporter Brenda Lise Gonzalez continues our team coverage of this on how this could impact families in KCK.
Community activists are especially concerned that lower-income Kansans will be stuck with a tough choice with these higher taxes, that they'll have to decide between buying necessities like medicine versus going to the grocery store and stocking up on food. Leaders for KC Healthy Kids are working to get low-income families to eat healthier foods and have more access to fresh food. But now they have a huge challenge. They say the tax hike will affect low-income Kansans the most, who may not have to pay income tax, but will still have to pay hundreds of more dollars for food. On average, Kansans may pay an extra $30 a year for groceries, which may not seem like much. However, in some cases, people can save hundreds a year just crossing over the state line.
Low-income Kansans who don't live near a state border, they won't have access to that sort of choice. They're going to have to make other changes. They're going to have to either cut other areas of their budget, perhaps impacting their health, perhaps impacting where they live. This is not sustainable. It's not good for kids.
Leaders at KC Healthy Kids aren't giving up. They're still reaching out to their legislators, hoping that maybe next year food prices will finally go down in Kansas. Reporting in Kansas, Brenda Lise Gonzalez, 41 Action News.